Alright, so I wanted to make a video showing some of the steps of what we do when we get comments and how we go through the QAQC process. These are internal comments, but they're basically the same throughout. So you get the comments first, you want to save it as a different document, mainly because these items can be changed, and we don't want to change that. And in the event that they do change on accident, we can go back to the original document that's been untouched. So what we do, file, save as, I like to put it in the next folder, and instead of red, it's no longer red lines, these are going to be blue lines. And so now we've got our own document apart from the one that we received. Now we can go to Tools, Comment, Stamps, sign here, and a little check mark. I'm going to go through and mark each thing. It says include lane assignment arrow. If we agree with that, we mark it. Mark show existing 100 watershed elevation. We'll mark that. We agree with it. This should be the design we move forward with, 60%. You can also put other items here. Instead of just agreeing with it, if there's more information you want to convey, do a text note, but change the fill color to this blue. That way we know it's in the revised process, or who did it, which is also helpful. So, agree, will keep this design. Then you go through and do that for all of the comments. Sometimes it's easy to flip through the comments, make sure you're not missing anything after you've done everything, after you've checked everything. Go through, check everything first. If there's questions or comments about what it is that's needed, that's when you need to address it at the very beginning, not wait till the end and then realize that this comment affects other things. So go through, check them off if you agree, add notes if needed, add clarification if needed, and get those things taken care of. And then start working on actually making the corrections. So that'll be next. Alright, so the comment says to include lane assignment arrows. So I'll go to that sheet, see that it's not there. If there's a collector file, check to make sure it's not just a level that's turned off. I know for a fact that it's not in this case. We don't have any shown in the collector file here, so we can go ahead and just put it in the sheet file. So generally you don't want to draw in the sheet file. Labels, callouts, and certain things are okay, but design elements you definitely want to have in the collector file and just have turned on and off. The lane assignments, that can be a sheet level item, so we'll go ahead and put that in. Edit, paste, and get it rotated correctly. Rotate. Nope, rotate. And this is a 2-lane. Put it in. Here. Oh. Okay, so this comment was to put the lane designation arrows in, so I went ahead and did that, and we'll go back to the PDF, and we'll mark it with big blue highlight. You go through each comment and do that, but for simplicity of this, we're just going to do one. We're going to do the whole thing for one comment instead of doing it all for time's sake. So the next thing is to have it printed and then verify that the comment was addressed. Okay, so now that we've made the change, we want to print it. Print it to go to the QAQC folder that we're in. If it's not already there, we want to create a new folder called verify. Basically, we're printing this off to verify that the changes were actually made to the PDF. It's a common occurrence that you make a change, and then when you go to print it, it doesn't show up. Maybe it's saved settings, or there's a number of different reasons why it happens, but things don't get printed the way that you think that they would. So it's important that we print it off. Let's put today's date on it. And this is the check set. Okay. Okay, so now we have the check set. We have the blue line set. We want to save this one again and change this from blue to green. The reason for changing the names so often is to help differentiate everything. It makes it easier to search, even though they're in different folders. Just makes it much easier to search. Generally, you're not just going to have one thing in each folder. We'll have 4 or 5 different sets of comments. That's why we do the folders. But we'll save this here, and we will we'll send, once we have that in that folder, we can send that folder to whoever's going to verify. Generally, you want the person who made the initial comment to verify that the comment was addressed. That's not always a feasible solution, so have someone else besides yourself verify that the change was made. It ensures that they're looking. It ensures that you're having somebody look over even for the smallest details. We get those taken care of, everything else starts becoming much easier. But just for the sake of this video, I'm going to verify that these were done. The comment was to add traffic lane assignment arrows. That's been done. When that's been done, change the blue to green and highlight the comment in green. Then we'll go through each comment and mark everything as green. If something doesn't get addressed, that gets kicked back to whoever's doing the revisions until it gets corrected. It's, it can, if it's a whole bunch, you'll set up a whole new comment sheet. If it's 1 or 2, you can just talk to them sometimes and just get it done within that time frame and go ahead and mark it green when it's finished. But that's basically the QAQC procedure that we follow. We're following it because that's what TxDOT wants us to do. They want us to provide each step of the document and who did it. We can always look back in the PDF and see who made the comment, who made the revisions, and that the revisions were done by comparing them to the final check set. So if there's, as always, if there's any questions on what tools I'm using, why I'm using them, or how I'm using them, just let me know. We'll get it figured out. All right, thanks.